My name is Brian Camarda, and this is my son. What's your name?
Giovanni.
Giovanni Camarda.
One of the things that a lot of people don't realize is shelters will not take in typically a single man with a boy child. I just remembered that if we didn't do something, if we didn't try to figure out some way to help this man, that he and his son were going to be living in their car, and that just wasn't okay with me.
I was going through a divorce, separation from my wife and everything. We ended up moving from where we were at, and we started living in hotels. Work was okay at times, but then it started drying up, and then we ended up homeless for a day. We finally found Matthew's Hope. We were welcome there. We explained the situation to him. Got to meet Pastor Scott, and next thing I know, we had a place to move into that day, and got set up to start work there, and begin our journey to getting a better life going for us.
One of the challenges we always have, especially with men, is when we lay out our expectations of our Moving Forward program. And the reason I say men in particular is men are typically more independent. They will often, as long as they're a hold of the steering wheel, so to speak, even if they're going 100 miles an hour to a wall, they're in charge. And so the first thing is to be able to try to break down that barrier and get them to understand they can trust us, and that we need them to trust the process. One of the things we've been talking a lot of in the last year is trust the process. You're not always going to like what happens. You're not going to like the fact that we have control of a lot of what you're used to being in control of, good or bad. But trust the process, and we're going to get you going where you need to go.
I am actually learning a skill right now in the wood shop, working on a CNC machine that creates all kinds of wood products and signs and stuff like that. Giovanni's actually in the program, and he's learning stuff too. He helps out there doing things with me and whatnot when he's not in school.
One thing we try to do over the years is to really incorporate the children in the process of moving forward towards that life of independence and self-sustainability. So we're trying to instill basic skills with those kids. We do that with the younger ones through our Firm Foundation preschool and daycare. But the others is we have them take part of the process. The first thing is getting their parents to embrace where they're at and the fact that they are homeless or they've gone through something in particular. You got to embrace that first before we can move forward. But then without scaring the children, get them to understand that they're part of the team that's going to allow mom or dad or mom and dad to be able to move forward and give them the life that they deserve.
I know that the program could last up to a couple years. But my goal that I have is that I actually want to have some sort of future at Matthew's Hope working there once I graduate the program, like some others have in the past. Like John Giro in the wood shop teaching me how to learn on the CNC machine. I'm picking up on it pretty good, and he's a really good teacher, and I appreciate him taking the time out to help me with it.
So I'm excited about him having the willingness to learn a new skill set. What's really cool is having a former graduate of our program now teaching his replacement, if you will, in the Hope Chest workshop.